Welcome back to the channel. I'm Amora, and today we're cutting through the noise and getting to the single most important thing men should do on a first date, backed by what consistently shows up in large-scale dating insights and core psychology. Create genuine comfort for her. The core insight: comfort comes first. When women describe their best first dates, they don't start with, "he brought flowers" or "he picked the perfect spot." They talk about how they felt: at ease, safe, relaxed, and able to be themselves. In fact, when asked what matters most on a first date, women overwhelmingly prioritize feeling comfortable above everything else, including simply feeling liked or even happy in the moment. Why this matters? Emotional safety has to be present before attraction can be felt clearly and before a real connection can develop. If anxiety, pressure, or uncertainty are high, most people can't access warmth, curiosity, or chemistry because the mind is busy scanning for risk instead of engaging. The psychology: safety before spark. Think of it like a ladder. Foundational needs come first: predictability, emotional safety, and a sense of being respected before higher level feelings like closeness, desire, and compatibility can take shape. In simple terms, reduce friction and uncertainty, and connection becomes possible. Increase stress or ambiguity, and connection shuts down. The one-line rule. If there's one rule to remember, it's this: reduce uncertainty, increase ease. When she feels comfortable, everything else, chemistry, conversation flow, and clarity about compatibility, can finally breathe. Human behavior follows a simple pattern. The brain prioritizes safety before it engages deeper emotions. If the environment or the person feels shaky, people protect themselves. When safety is established, the nervous system settles, and now connection can grow. It's not complicated. It's how we're wired. On a date, that translates to this: if she doesn't feel grounded in your presence, calm, heard, at ease, she won't be able to tell whether she's genuinely attracted to you or just distracted by nerves. But when that initial edge fades and she feels comfortable, she can be herself and the real chemistry check can happen. So, the number one thing men should do on a first date: become a calming presence. Reduce friction. Make it easy for her to relax into the moment with you. Everything else, banter, flirtation, spark, builds on top of that. Understanding early date dynamics. Let's talk about what actually plays out on most first dates, because whether it's fair or not, certain patterns still shape the interaction. Many women approach early dates more selectively, while many men step into a more proactive role, planning, leading the logistics, and steering the flow of the conversation. These aren't rigid rules, but they're common enough that ignoring them can make a date feel awkward or unbalanced. Think of them as scripts people fall back on, habitual roles that give structure when both people are nervous or unsure how to proceed. In practice, this often means she's evaluating how she feels with you while you're setting the tone and direction, where you meet, how the conversation moves, and how you close the date. Roles are evolving, but on first dates, these tendencies still show up more often than not. The takeaway: lead with calm confidence, not control. Create structure without being rigid. Invite, not pressure. This satisfies the unspoken expectation that you can guide the experience while still making space for her voice and comfort.
Here's where small behaviors carry a lot of weight. People don't just hear your words. They interpret what those words and actions mean about your interest. Across many early date experiences, women tend to read more into specific behaviors, positively or negatively, while men are less likely to mark a behavior as a turnoff unless it's extreme. That means your microsignals matter. Done well, they telegraph clarity and care. Done poorly, they can read as indifference or pressure. What women often read as positive signals of interest: she's doing most of the talking, and you're actively guiding a lively, balanced conversation. This reads as, he's engaged and leading in a considerate way. You handle the bill decisively. You don't have to spend big. What matters is the signal of intention and generosity at the end of the experience. You clearly express interest in seeing her again. Simple, pressure-free, "I'd love to take you to X place next week," goes a long way. Warm physical closure, like a brief hug or a light goodnight kiss, if the vibe is right, often reads as genuine attraction and clarity, not just physical focus. These cues communicate leadership without dominance and interest without neediness, which many women find reassuring and attractive on a first date. How to lead with comfort. The playbook. Translate all of this into a simple, confident flow you can use tonight. Set the frame early. Choose a low-pressure spot. Arrive a few minutes early and greet with warm, relaxed energy. Drive the conversation with curiosity. Ask open prompts. Reflect back what she shares and keep that rhythm lively while leaving room for her stories. Watch for sync. As you both relax, mirror naturally. Match pace and energy and keep eye contact soft. Physiological and behavioral attunement is a quiet marker of mutual interest. Close cleanly, pace smoothly, walk her out, name your interest in seeing her again, and end with a warm hug or light goodnight kiss if it feels mutual. Do this well and comfort won't be accidental. It'll be the atmosphere you create on purpose, which opens the door for chemistry to actually show up. We've covered what creates comfort. Now let's get real about the signals that quietly work against you on a first date. The little things that can make her feel less at ease or unsure about your interest. What often reads as a negative? The stiff greeting. Opening with a formal handshake can feel cold or corporate. A warm, brief hug usually lands better, if the vibe is right. Always read her body language and mirror her openness. The distant goodbye. Ending the night with a wave from a few feet away can feel disengaged. A simple, genuine close. Walking her out, a brief hug, maybe a light goodnight kiss if it's clearly mutual, communicates clarity and care. Passive follow-up. Only replying when she reaches out can come off as disinterest. If you enjoyed the date, lead gently. Send a simple message within 24 hours. Had fun tonight. Let's check out that coffee spot next week. Sexual shortcuts. Pivoting the conversation towards sex as a way to show attraction often backfires. Early on, most women read warmth, future-oriented interest, and presence as stronger signals than sexual innuendo. Keep it grounded and respectful. Flirtation should feel earned, not forced. Lead with warmth and clarity, not pressure. Make it easy for her to know where she stands while keeping the tone light and relaxed. Becoming the calm in the room. Abundance over scarcity. Comfort is contagious. Yours becomes hers. If you're tight, needy, or outcome-obsessed, she'll feel it. If you're relaxed and present, the whole energy shifts. Abundance mindset. I'm here to see if we vibe. If we do, great. If not, I learn something and move on. This creates space for play, curiosity, and natural chemistry. Scarcity mindset. This has to work. She's the one. I can't mess this up. That pressure leaks out in your tone, pacing, and decisions. It makes the date feel like a test instead of a connection. How to embody abundance. Practical cues. Choose a low-pressure venue you genuinely enjoy. Be a host, not a performer. Guide the flow. Don't try to impress. Ask invitations, not interrogations. What's been lighting you up lately? And follow the thread. Share your world too. Comfort is mutual. Name your interest cleanly and keep it moving. I had a great time. Let's do X next week. Remember, a first date is not a sale. It's a vibe check. Your job isn't to win her over. It's to create an atmosphere where both of you can show up as yourselves and see what's real. All right, we'll wrap it here. If this helped you upgrade your first date game, tap like and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next drop. Tell me in the comments, what's one thing you do on a first date that instantly puts her at ease? Share your wins, your lessons, and the small moves that made a big difference. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs. I love connecting with you. Come say hi on Instagram. And if you want more bite-sized tips, I post there regularly. Thanks for watching. Thanks for showing up for your growth, and I'll see you in the next one.